Good morning. We are Group 5 and we are to discuss case digest on E.G.V Realty Corporation versus the Court of Appeals. The petitioners in Supreme Court's General Register number 120-236 are E.G.V Realty Development Corporation, the owner and developer of Christina Condominium and Christina Condominium Corporation, the organization responsible for the operations and management of the said condominiums common areas including security. On the other hand, the respondent is Unisphere International Incorporated, the owner of Unit 301 of Christina Condominium. Unisphere experienced robberies on November 28, 1981 and July 25, 1982, resulting in a total loss of 12,295 pesos, for which Unisphere tried holding CCC liable due to their alleged negligence in security and demanded compensation for the damages. However, this allegation was denied by CCC with the reasoning that the stolen goods belonged to a third party.
As a result of CCC's denial and their liability for the stolen items, in November 1982, henceforth, Unisphere refused to pay monthly dues, for which CCC eventually demanded payment on September 13, 1983, totaling out to 13,142.67 pesos. To acquire help at collecting the unpaid monthly dues, the petitioners took the matter to the SEC.
The SEC's final decision, as modified by hearing officer Enrique L. Flores Jr., was in favor of the petitioner, declaring that they are not able or the value of the stolen goods items from the respondents, whilst maintaining the respondents' obligation to pay the unpaid condominium dues of 13,142.67 pesos. Obviously, the respondents was not happy about the decision, so we then filed a petition with the Court of Appeals, and eventually the Court of Appeals had ordered that compensation should take place. So they reversed the NCC and bank and offsetted the amount of 12,295 pesos in losses against the unpaid condominium dues of 13,142.67 pesos, netting a total of 847.67 pesos balance that Unisphere has towards the CCC. Because of this, E.G.V Realty and CCC had challenged the Court of Appeals and petitioned that the Supreme Court to review the Court of Appeals order dated February 17, 1995.
So here are the two issues. First is substantive aspect. Petitioner asserts that Court of Appeals decision of offset that alleged losses is unfound since the owner of the said goods are not owned by Unisphere, but rather by a third party. Second is Supreme Court. The issue of the Supreme Court is different from the petitioners in the sense that they are concerned about whether compensation set off is applicable in this case. Next. For ruling, the Supreme Court had decided that while Unisphere is liable for its unpaid condominium dues to CCC, Unisphere losses suffered from the Bulgari is only claim and not a debt. Since CCC and Unisphere are not debtors and creditors. In this case, as provided by Article 1278 and 1279 of the Philippine Civil Code. Therefore, compensation set off is not applicable. The Supreme Court also adds the Unisphere claims for its losses from the Bulgari is not enforceable in court, since it's only debt that are enforceable and nothing has been passed upon by legal authorities. To evaluate Unisphere's claim to the level of debt, because of the Supreme Court had found that the Court of Appeals committed a reversible error by applying compensation or set off in this case. So Supreme Court had reversed and set aside their decision and reinstated and ordered the ruling of hearing officer Enrique L. Flores Jr. in favor of the petitioner. Thank you for listening.